What's the deal, gang? Another Asian session. We're live. The assassins failed once again. And fortunately for us, we are live. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. Should be an exciting session. What did we talk about last week? Wanted a steeper bottom wick. Shoot. If we get some decent buys, I might look for swings. Look at this weekly. Like 500-600 pips. Daily's closed bullish with a nice wick to fill as well. I think after a bottom wick today, we should be on our way up. You still in the trade, Wicks? What trade? Don's trade? No, I never took that trade. I was online earlier and I was in an earlier position. I took news. I took a rebreak of the news high. I mentioned it on stream. I said the rebreak of the news high looks solid here. It was like my entry was I had 30 pips. I had a buy at 2040.1 flat and I closed it at 2043.09, so 2040 30 pips flat. I'll say 300 pips, 30 pips, and it went for another like 50. But that was my position, and then I went to get dressed because I was trying to get to the gym early today. I had a bunch of stuff to do later on in the day, and you guys took the position. You guys were like hour into the position when I got back, and then I went to the gym, and Don was still running the stream, which is pretty dope. Like, that man said till 2 p.m. Like, he's pretty dedicated. Doesn't have to do that shit for you guys, but he still does it. I would think, based on what it looks like, he's still in a position. Is he? Yeah, no, I don't see anything managed. But I had the new. I don't think his position's bad. It's a pretty solid position. Look at the fucking daily. Like, you're gonna have to come fill this wick. Just expected a steeper drive. Horseback snowboard is crazy. You noticed that, right? 5 minute after the news. So I didn't have a trade on the 5 minute after the news. I had a trade at, actually it was like the 6 minute. You're right. No, I was looking. I seen the high, and I was looking at the 1 minute, and I seen the rebreak of the high, and it was just like, it was, I don't want to say it was simple, but it's like, it's just what we've been doing, and it's what's been working, or what I've been doing. It's been working. My entry was right here. On the break of this initial push, I just went down to the 1. the initial news push. Support formed. I was looking to enter here, but we never broke the highs. It's respected. And then it came down, held support, closed bullish. It didn't close bullish, actually pushed up. It was about to close, so it broke the high here at the very last like few seconds of that candle, pushed down and then ripped up. I closed like right here, right at the tip of the wick, and then it just took off again. Bottom closes respecting. It didn't close respecting. It closed a little bit above my level, barely above, but still, it was like half pip up. It didn't matter at that point. It was a news push, and that's how we've been trading news. I wasn't looking at the 5 closure. I was just playing it off the 1. But I'll never do that, like trading with no news, right? When there's no catalyst. Just no, I closed, it wasn't 40 pips. I closed my entire position at 30 pips. 30 pips flat. It broke, it went for like 10, 11, and the very next 5-minute candle as it ripped up and reached the next resistance. Closed, and it pulled back right after that. I was like, oh, all right, good closure. And then pulled back for 20 and like ripped for 50, 60. So let's do a little analysis here, right? With the daily closing bullish, as you guys already seen, and the 4-hour pulling back, looking for a support. The current 4-hour doesn't have a top wick. Let's see. I would love to take buys here because it would be a daily wick fill, right? And I also don't think we're gonna just drive down here without grabbing any orders, right? Like, we've been so bullish, I don't know where you don't expect this. Like, you'd expect this movement only like after a retest to the high, right? You'd expect to first. You'd expect to first come back, right? Shit like this. Right, and only at that point the market is able to make that decision and start coming down here. Then then you could see this, but you're not just gonna, right? You're not just gonna get this right here. Oh, oops. You're not just gonna get this. It's gonna need to, this is why we say gold is very technical. It creates ranges, so as soon as it finds a support here, it's gonna come up and retest the highs. It's gonna come back up and fill the range. Yeah, it's the higher time frame here, so it might take a while. This might take a whole bunch of hours, 4, 5, 6 hours to happen. But I think gold, after it finds a support, will have to retest the highs here, especially after closing so bullish on the daily with this wick to fill, right? I think if it's going to come down, it's going to have to come up, fill to the next range here, probably 3/4 of this wick, this daily wick, before it actually starts coming down. So it's a news candle close respecting a major low. It didn't really close. It was a 5-minute closure, a strong news push. Right, that rebreak to the next. If you were going to reject, you were going to come up to the next resistance before having that as a top wick. And it also didn't close at a resistance for me. Closed a little bit above. Once I saw the news push, it was like it's gonna play that first 15 minutes, right? And I wasn't paying really too much attention to the 5 closure there. What do you do when you're bored? never bored, so I guess we'll never know. So, let's see if we can establish some kind of support. Because for me to take sells, we're going to have to come up and grab a top wick. So as we have an hourly range, let's mark up the ranges. We've been yapping. It's been Yap City all day here. But we haven't really marked anything up. We got our support so far here at 2042.94. The 5 has held here a few times. Pretty solid level. Bounced right off of it. Right. The hourlies are wicking right off of it. So this level isn't much of a close. This is a level where you could drive to and drive from, right? As long as you're below it. On the bullish side, you can't look for buys here unless you actually break this low. So for buys, you have to drive up back in range. As the 4 hour is closed bearish, previous 4 hour, and the current 4 hour has no top wick, you're expecting it to make one. If it makes that top wick and you get a closure above here, right, back up in range, I think we're solid to look for positions. But remember, it's the previous candle was bearish, and the current 4 hour never broke it. Oh, it did it? Yeah, it's not really considered breaking. I don't think we broke these lows. Yeah, I think they held. Yeah, it never broke. It never broke. So, since we never broke these lows, if we close bullish, the next candle must break these lows. Okay, if this current 4 hour, if this current hourly candle broke the lows here and came back up in range, the next candle, I just needed to tap the support here. But it never broke the lows, so I'd rather it break the lows and give us orders that are in this area that we've never grabbed. Ideally it comes down to here because there's another, on the small time frame, there's a support there as well. And if it can grab a wick here and then flip up, I think we might be looking at a buy on a flip here. As long as we get some kind of wick like this, I would love to look at this area for a buy stop and maybe take this, right? And the only way you can look for sells is if you start finding resistance, right? That's wicking off of these areas, off of this, off of this. All right, if we're wicking off those areas and closing back on a smaller time frame range that's over here, then we can look for sells down. But the market doesn't just reverse off one candle completely. It's going to need to refill the range that it created, and then make a decision. So I think if you're in Don's trade from the morning and you're sitting enjoying it, I don't think you should panic because the market needs time to turn around. It can't just, we just drove so bullish to just drive completely the other way bearish. It can, but chances of that happening without grabbing any orders here are very slim. So if we're playing probabilities here, right? If probability is the name of the game, and you're always trying to put yourself in the best possible position to, you know, to succeed, put yourself in a position where good luck can find you, right? Wait for the support to be formed. Buys are solid. But then again, that doesn't stop us from being able to look at the sells, because if we do start breaking down below here, and start establishing a resistance, or if we drive up, right, fill the next nearest resistance at 2046.5 here, and then start coming back down, there's a chance we can continue down below here. The market needs some time to start turning around. It's got to make, right? You see U-turns typically that take a little bit of time. You don't see market go one way, the other way, one way, the other way. It's typically not that parabolic. Hold on a second, chat. Yeah, sorry gang, that was I got Jerome over. He came by, he was like, look man, I gotta run. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you to do this. I got a speech. So I was like, all right, kiss the ring, bitch, and be on your way. Jerome took off on a horse. You speak that speech. Yeah. You gonna trade as well? No. Not yet. At least. A little pausey there. I'm gonna pause for nobody. If you need to pause, you pause. I'm good. Oh, oh shit, where are we? Oh, I see. You trade Asianly different than New York in the respect that once you get a wick at a certain point, then you can be less focused on getting future wicks? Yes. If I get rejections throughout London, when I approach New York, it's the middle of the daily candle. So a lot of the times, the major rejection will happen throughout London or early New York or sometime late Asian, right, on the higher time frame, and based on the time frames that we trade when on a small time frame, that 30 minute or that hourly, that 4 hour, it's already happened. That's strong, and you're not, you see the strong rejection. It's kind of simpler to know what levels now you have left to tap or where you're going. So I trade them a bit differently, understanding that right now we don't have a top wick. We might have a top wick on the daily by the time tomorrow open. We might be in the same area tomorrow at New York session, right? We might still be at 2042 here, except by the time we're here in New York session, this fucking candle is gonna look like this, right? Whereas right now we don't have a wick. So I understand that, and like I understand which areas we still need to tap, and that once we already have this, I'm not looking to tap this area. My approach is different. China news, that's cool. I got a goldfish. You're taking one trade a day in New York session when you find a setup, then sometimes in Asia. So you're talking, I take about 1 to 2 trades a day, roughly. You can say 1.5. Sometimes I have 2. Sometimes I have 3 or 4. Like yeah, I'd say 2 is the average. Sometimes I get like 3, so 2 is the average. And I don't always leave after 1 trade. Just like, that's how I feel. Sometimes we get a couple of trades in here. Not the goldfish. Yeah, I thought we were all talking about shit that don't matter. You talking about China news? I brought up my goldfish. Can you tell us a happy story? Oh, that was a happy story. What's the deal, TT? Appreciate ya. Thank you for coming through. That's one thing about other streamers. We all understand each other. It's like there's a different level of respect. What's the Knicks doing? I don't know, but Curry getting them buckets. He just got a 3-point play. They down 13 right now. It's 46-33, and they're at home. You know what fucking pisses me off? Randall had a chance to get surgery a month ago. He sat, and now he's deciding to get surgery. What a bum. I'm a big Jalen Brunson fan, though. That's my new favorite player, Jalen Brunson. Psh. Yeah, you as well, Nick. You as well. Make sure you thank the big man upstairs for the opportunity to be that profitable. Knicks can't fucking buy a bucket. Alright, why are we on the daily here? Let's disregard this. Let's break out of this shit show that we're in. Here's what I want to see, ideally, since we are driving down on the 4 hour. Let's see this 30 close, and I think the previous 30's established support here, but this current 30 needs to close above a range. Okay. What I want to see is a closure above here, ideally. and I want to see us hold that support but get a wick down to this area. Okay, that's what I would like to see. So if we can get this candle to get us up above here and then have price come down and tap this area across the board, then that's what I want to look for. And if it prints like this, I might have wick entries. If we're able to get this bullish closure, no top wick on this opening and a bottom wick here first. If we're able to do that, I will be in positions. But that's quite a bit to ask for. It might print, but it's just going to take a little while to print, because you might see this print on the 4-hour. You might see it print on the hourly, and it'll be like 3-4 hours from now, right? But if it prints on a smaller time frame, we're going to be in there like swimwear. Because, you know, that, oh, let's go back. You know, that's also, if you think of this, oh, I can't go back, can I? Yeah, I can. If you think of this in terms of our old playbook, right? This is where you have your range 2 breakout also, right? Because you have range 1, you have range 2, and then anything above here, right? Above this area is a range 2 breakout. But the key here is we can enter in range 2, understanding that on the higher time frame it's a range 2 breakout, but on the smaller time frame you might get an onion at this area. You might get a fake out in here and then a closure back up above, right? You might have price come all the way back down on the 15 or the 5 after it closes at this area and do something like this. And this will only be the 5, right? You might get a fake out, or you might just hold this area and get an onion on the 5 or the 15 once you come back down in range. But understand, on the higher time frame, that's just the bottom wick. That's the bottom wick. And how do you know that's a bottom wick on the higher time? You're going to get this closure above here, and you're going to see a respect of these areas, whether it's prints bearish or bullish on the higher time frame. Oh, and if we go back to other people, this is so interesting. Yeah, see, into somebody else right now. Shit. To somebody else, this might look like a fucking head and shoulders, right? You have the shoulder, and you have the next shoulder right here, right? Head and shoulders. And to another person, it's a fucking trend line break. Right? You have your trend line, a break of the trend line, and then a retest, right? Like, but it doesn't matter how you see it or what you want to look at it as, right? For us, it was also the motion, the pre-motion in here. It's just, it don't matter what you want to look at it as. The key is the underlying concept beneath all of this, underneath it all. Underneath it all. How the fuck do I manage to turn everything into a song? Underneath it all, chat. This is all built upon knowledge of candles and how they print. Right? Like the main, like the foundation for doing everything else is the understanding of how candles print, what they mean in relation to each other and to the next candle, right? Reading candles, reading them backwards, understanding how they print on the smaller time frame in relation to the higher time frame, right? If you use that as the basis, as the foundation for what you're eventually, for whatever strategy you want to use, you can put any other strategy on top of it, but you're not gonna, right? You're not going to get rid of that knowledge of like candles with no top wicks, with massive top wicks, you know, rejections outside the range, back in the range, right? The candle reading itself should be the foundation for whatever strategy you want to apply it to. And then you can use your strategy, plus you already have the knowledge of reading the candles, and, you know, Godspeed. Buzz Lightyear to you. Did you take the same buy as Don from New York? No. I think it's a solid position. Just didn't take it. I probably would have if I was on stream at that moment. Have you seen Isaac Wells' video about trading? I don't know who that is. Curious, did you take the same buy as Don? I just answered. Overall, looking for sells on gold. I overall think we don't have to. We don't have to. I overall believe we will retest the highs just based on the higher time frame. After we, fill the daily wick, I don't have much, much confirmation of anything. We got to get to 2049, 2050 first. And once we get up there, you can start making informed decisions, or more informed decisions, based on where price is at that moment than you can right now, right? You don't have enough data right now where it's going to go, but once you retest the highs, the market will make a decision. Should it hold that resistance and continue to drive down, right? And then when it gets to 2042, it will make that decision again. Should it continue down and retrace some of today's news, right? Or find a support and continue up to the previous all-time highs. I don't know. Like, just focus on the things you can control and things that are relevant to you. You're like, shit that's gonna happen like a few days from now is like, it's irrelevant to your actual position. Like, great, you can break it down, understand, see nuances, make notes of it, take pictures, take a fucking snapshot, send a Snapchat, whatever you want to do. Take a selfie with it and save it as a memo for later. But I don't know, just right now focus on what your breakdown is, what your approach should be, and sticking to a plan that you're going to come up with. So come up with a plan that you're going to execute. If candles form the way your plan says they need to form, right? Once you have that plan down, it's time for you to execute or not execute, right? It's patience. Depends if it happens or not. And if it's simple enough, you can probably do it day in and day out, right? Because it's easy to repeat simple things, right? I bet you a lot more people would be at the gym, like if all the gym had was like, I don't know, a bicycle, right? If all they had was bikes, like a lot more people would be in there. But like, you got to go in there. It's not simple shit. I bet we bullish that there's no volume. I think overall we're bullish too. The daily's flipped here, so you might start seeing some potential of that wick fill. But just because the daily flipped here doesn't mean it's going to drive. All that means is like eventually the daily, with like 10 hours from now, can be up here. But a lot of shit can happen in those 10 hours, right? You'll see a lot of play in these areas. How long did you struggle with trading before you felt you solved it? I still don't feel like I solved it. I just feel like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, when it comes to doing what I'm doing, what I know, right? I know what I'm doing when it comes to doing what I know. Put it that way. But I don't know everything, and I realize that. I realize there's a lot more to learn here. But what I already know, I'm very good at executing on what I currently know. We probably have the same knowledge. I'm just better at executing it at the moment. Was it through Don Bo community? We've kind of grown together. Like, man, I've been, since Don had like 20 viewers. It's 5,000 right now. Like, I've been with Don for like, on his streams for like almost 5 years, 4 years, 2020. Yeah, 4 years. That's damn near half a decade. Watch the streams for a little while now. know you tell it how it is. I wanted to hear from you how long it took you to become a full-time trader. Keep the bang. I mean, like, I got consistent like 2 years in, but in those first 2 years I lost a shit ton of money, and then it took me another year to like slowly start making things back. Learning never stops. Yeah, I say it all the time on TT. I say there's no diplomas here because the learning never stops. That's what I say. How much do you risk per trade? Anywhere from 1 to 10%. I haven't seen you in Don's live sessions. I'm there. You know Don half his life, 4 years. Was you a profitable trader before you met Don? I was consistent. As in, like, I met him in like my second year of trading. And that's when I got consistent, when I started, like, when I was winning trades, but I was just making my money back that I've put into Forex. Where's the joint? That's a good question. I think it's outside. Let me make sure the fucking squirrels didn't take it. Nope, still here. How do we close there? I missed it. We had a 30 closure. Yep, city. Yep, city. Yeah, so that 30 closed. Held support, but we're gonna need a steeper closure. We're gonna need some bottom wicks. Yeah, we're gonna wait on this hourly, this 4-hour close. I think I hate saying things like that, but I think if you got some shit to do for the next 15-20 minutes, you're good to do it, right? Because every time I say it, like, viewers drop. But like, just being honest, I think we're gonna need this hourly to close, because you know, we created a top wick for the previous hour, and at any moment this could be the top wick to continue to drive down. And if that's the case, I'm not buying. Well, I wouldn't want to be a part of that. Your analysis makes a lot of sense. I was freaking out. What do you mean? Why were you freaking out? Why were you freaking out? That my analysis makes a lot of sense. Chat, by the way, go follow the IG and sub to this channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and go follow the IG. I'm trying to grow both of them. Yeah, and drop a like. That's how we grow the channel, right? You drop a like and we crack the YouTube algo, right? That's how the algorithm works here. You guys drop likes and YouTube recommends the stream to more like-minded people, and then more like-minded people come in here, and then we have a great community. The most sucker-free community, Forex community on the YouTubes. Imagine not following the IG account. Couldn't be me. That's fucked up. He said he's coming back to stream. Who are you talking about? Are you guys delayed? I'm back. I'm here. Talking about Don. Oh yeah, his stream is still running. So like, yo, how many viewers are on that stream right now? We got 430. If he has more viewers not being there than I do being here, that's fucked up. Where are they? Why are they all there right now? No, I don't. I love the fact that they're so loyal, not, but like, show up. Session is in session, and then go. That's crazy. He gets more viewers for Asian just staying on than we. And what? Like we had like our peak here is 1,200. But like all of Q4, we were at 800-900 viewers. What happened in the new year? Everybody's trading New Year's resolutions have fucking disappeared. That's wild. I got both y'all on. Shit, TT is here too. He's about to turn on the stream as well. Just all stream. It's all stream Asians. Yeah, it is fucked though. I gave you a like just for that. Appreciate you. We'll celebrate in a minute after this holy joint. All streamers report a Wix 9 channel. I repeat. All streamers. He can start his PC and have more viewers? Yes. Don't want to be annoying, so last question. You have any advice for a trader trying to make, or for a trader trying to make it as a trader while working 9 to 5? I mean, without being cliche, not really. I'd say your breakthrough is right around the corner. It's closer than you think, right? So keep pushing. Success is always within reach, and you're doing the correct work, right? Like you can create either winning habits or destructive habits, and I think working a 9 to 5 while trying to get this right on the side is a winning habit, right? So if you're going to keep putting winning habits into place, right, and building the mechanisms in your life that lead to winning things that are beneficial to you, I mean, your breakthrough's coming, brother. Your breakthrough's right around the corner. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? If you weren't on the right track, I tell you, but you're on the right road. I can't tell you, right? I can't walk the road for you, right? Can't walk you down the yellow brick road, but I can point you down the right direction. I think I don't think you need pointing. I think you're good. Shalom. Shalom, Jorge. Oh, I see. You wrote to me. Jorge's a pastor, right? You're a pastor somewhere in like Texas. It's pretty cool. It's very, very cool. Yes. Oh, we need to flip the tape ski. Let's get the tape flipped. All right, 11 minutes and seconds. 11 minutes left till this hourly closure. Can we have a 4-hour close bullish, break the lows, and then flip bullish again? I don't know, but we'll see. Donvo stream suspended? He always up to no good. He probably at the principal's office right now. Always up to no good. That Donovan fella. Always knew he's up to something. Have you moved out of the new house and came back to the old one that you've been recording? No, I moved out of my house and then I moved into another one, then I moved into another one. I'm kind of a nomad at this point, you know what I mean? Got a nomadic lifestyle. Hunter-gatherer. Got cancer, got 7 months to live. For the rest of my life, what should I do for the rest of the summer? Repent for the previous 7 months that you've been causing havoc over here. Repent! Yeah, bro, you need to find Jesus. Go find Jesus. And on the last day of February, Wix said, "Go find Jesus." Ay vey. I don't know why I trust Devious Crew so much. Do you really? Do you really trust us? We have enough liquidity to drive down? I'd say not yet. I'd say we need to come up here. Previous resistance. Been training for almost a year. A year and a half. My kids are like that. How old are you? 4.5. You know that shit don't matter in the grand scheme of things, Munchkin, right? Fuck you, I'm 4.5. Backing off. Fight Wicks tapping all shit and goods here. Okay. Shits and giggles. Thumbnails look good. Yeah, you like my horseback snowboarding thumbnail? Has Molly deserves some whoop or being bad? What did Huss do? What happened? Why are you mad with Huss? What did he do? Do I think YouTube is the better platform to stream? Everywhere you can. Whichever one you want to stream on, just do it. It's gonna make you a better trader. Ain't not a bearish closure. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, chat, give me a sec. I want to go. We got 5 minutes to the 4-hour close. 4.5 minutes. Give me a sec. I want to say goodnight to my kids. I think some of them are in bed already. Forgot it was muted. Let's say shit. Nick's only down 10. That's not bad. That's not half bad. Gang, you have 1 minute to the hourly closure here. 1 minute for the 4-hour close. It's holding support here. I will say this. If it's able to come down, break the previous hourly low without making a top wick first, we'll have a buy stop. If it closed up here, we would have a bottom wick entry. It's not closing that bullish. It's really got to break down here and then come back up and flip. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Mod party. Yeah, once you see this candle had no bearish moment. All right, the 4 hours closed weak ass bullish, but still bullish. The hourly closed bullish above the range and holding support. Let's see. Let's see if we can get some potential buys. Just thinking, can we get a wick entry? How would the wick entry look here? What would it look like on the smaller time frame? I don't know if we can. Yeah, we did close above the most recent. It's a steeper bottom wick here. Oh man. Oh, today the first yawn happened at 9. Yesterday the first yawn happened at 8:30. See, I'm trying to hold it. Hasbullah in the house. Oh, Hasbullah's cousin. Well, come through, pull up a chair or pull up a high chair. I don't know, whatever you want to pull up. Pull up a pedestal, but come through. Thank you for being here. However, whatever you gotta do, a fucking... You's got a fucking stand-up desk. Homie's got a desk on airbags. You buy that shit for your car, the homie lowers his table. Brother pulls up. Need to get to the stable. Bzz. That table got no legs, just a fucking square piece of wood. Just a board. Homie's table is a fucking chessboard. Alright, I'm done. Oh, man. You always take entries with multiple confirmations or aggressive entries too. I mean, it's not just multiple confirmations. We always say take your trade to court, right? Like the shit's got to be convincing. Like if you tell me why you took a trade, I'm not supposed to look at you weird, right? So we made a high here. We never broke the previous candle high, right? So I think if we are to come down, we still need to do that. But if we come down right now, break the low, I'm fine with a re-break of the high here to come back up. Because that way you have your motion playing out, you had a closure above, so you're holding this level, right? There's a level here. Even if you put it like this, you're still closed above, right? Now you need a wick down at least 2043 because look where the wicks come up from, right? You had a closure above here. Oh, it didn't close, it just drove straight through. But so the wicks come to here, and that's where I want the wicks before it drive up to roughly this area. At the very least, so if the best is to actually get to the next support. If we can get to the next support, that would be lovely. Right? If we're able to tap 2042.9, 2043 flat, and then flip bullish, we'll take buys on the break of the high here. I would just be more confident, but if we got to the support here or even lower. But if we don't and we're at like 43.5, I'll be fine with that too. What if we close below the lows after triggering the stop? What's the strat? In what sense? If all of that happens and we get activated and then we come back down, I mean, we shouldn't. It's unlikely, but if that's what happens, I mean, we'll adjust accordingly, right? Depending on what happens and how. Yo, what? Chat's in Friday mode. I know what it is. I get it. I get it. It's technically, it's the Asian Friday, right? It's our last stream of the week for Asian. It's the last of the month, right? It's a fucking leap year. It's a 1 in 4 year type of day. So you guys, you need to get it out. Get it out. I mean, like next time you could do this 4 years from now. And then in Asia, it's actually the first of the month. While here, it's the last of the month for us. So yeah, I get it. Everybody's on that ratchet shit. Oh man. You got no job. Oh, that's for Friday. You got to save that for tomorrow when it's my Friday. You from BK? Something like that. You not know the Meek Mill story? No, I don't. No job. Still making doctor's salary in a month. How? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I don't follow the celebrity soap operas. I don't. I don't. I don't care if fucking Usher and R. Kelly had a sex tape with an entire Boys II Men crew. I don't give a shit. I don't follow any of that. I don't follow it. She turned 6 this year. That's cool. So we had a bottom wick, but I don't think that's good enough. If we can establish a resistance and then drive off a support, fine. But we haven't established a resistance. We just kind of came up above range here. The 4-hour has a very tiny, small wick. And what you don't want to happen on the 4-hour here is to break the previous hourly high or previous 4-hour high and then start driving down. That's highly likely as well without a bottom wick. And the thing is, we haven't grabbed these orders. There's orders here sitting 2043, 2042 area. This candle shouldn't just drive up. It's not common, right? What's common is it's going to come up, break the highs, and continue down to the lows. So we might see that, right? So I still think there's a high chance we re-break these lows. I don't know if it's to drive down or if it's to fucking, you know, make a bottom wick here and then continue up, but I think we'll re-break these lows still. That's why I'm not in any positions here. But once we already break the lows and grab these orders and then re-break the highs, then we can be in positions. Okay? Will the next leap year will you be streaming? I don't know. It's 4 years from now. What I don't understand is how is any of that shit interesting to you guys? Like, for me, I gotta figure out what color outfit the LOL doll gonna be wearing in order to match her LOL bag. We're not the same. You do bad things, I do dad things. Okay, broke the previous 4-hour high, so there's a chance this comebacks. There's a chance this comes back down in range. Comes back down. Yo, what the fuck did you just say? Is there a comma in there somewhere? Oh man, the Knicks are within 7. Timeout, Warriors. What goes ups must comes backs downs. Surviving Diddy. I like 50's version. 50 said, "Did he do it?" That's a good one. Did he do it? Did he do it? No, did he? Did he do it? Don't have a kid? Get one. eBay. Did I do that? What did you do, Hank? Did you curse him out? Next time you feel like cursing him out, just mute him. That's what people do to me. They show up to my stream and mute me. Yeah, this is a banger. How do you feel about Donvo loss on stream today? I don't think he took a loss. Man, you guys are really hurt. You guys are crutching right now. You're all on crutches right now, just limping, just hurt. Stop crutching. Heal up. Just asking. I mean, I can't answer that because it's incorrect. Yeah, 30 pip drawdown. That's it. That's all. If he's wait 30. Where did he? Is he in 30 pips drawdown? What was his entry? Find it. So his entry is 2047. He's in like 20 pips of drawdown, 25, 22, right? Well, that's basically break even. That's break even for us. Yeah. Yo. Hank's a man of principle. I respect that, Hank. It takes some principle. Hank standing on business tonight. He bout it. Fuck! Fuck, fuck! How long was I muted? The whole time? Bruh. I'm not even explaining it, y'all. Just figure it out. Go back and read my lips. You'll be alright. Fuck! Alright, chat. So, here's what I said. Main point I'm making is this is a solid level. We're closing above it. What I want to see is the hourly, which is bullish right now, come down and flip and break the lows, because that's going to give the hourly a chance to drive down. And if it fails to do that, right, it breaks the lows, flips bearish, fails to do that, at which point the 30 will create a bottom wick, right? And we're closing above, and the 30 creates a bottom wick. And remember where we wanted bottom wicks to before we drive, right? If we're able to do that and the hourly flips bearish, creates a bigger bottom wick, doesn't drive, comes back up bullish, and the 30 flips bullish, we're looking for this drive up, right? We're looking for a flip. But the next 30 is going to have to open, come down, and give us that bottom wick. Or we're gonna have to come down, tap these areas. Right, this will give price a chance to come back down in range. If it fails to do so and comes back up, re-breaks the highs, that's our position. What time you normally see volume? It differs throughout the year. It switches up. Sometimes you'll get volume before the session. Sometimes you get it right in the middle of the session. Sometimes you get it after our session. But overall, the most volume times is the 8 p.m. candle and the 9 p.m. candle for Asian session, Eastern time. So between 8 and 10 Eastern, I think, is the highest volume you typically see for Asian. Uh-oh, volume song. This shit might drive it. Chat, yeah, this is the volume song. I think the market... It's this or Powell. Like when this happens or JP speaks, the market just drives. Let's see. This song is basically our news. It's the catalyst. Quack, quack. Is it me or that song is ducks in it? I hear ducks every time. Every time I hear that loud, like I hear like the Aflac duck in the background. Aflac. Can you please explain entry off the rip? It would have to be with an off the rip entry is entry with structure, where every time frame typically for me has closed in the same direction, and you had a strong push to close out the 4 hour. I typically don't take them off the hourly. It's more of a 4 hour thing. I can do it off the rip, because that way if it closes right in the next range, is next resistance or support, once it closes outside the range, is 20-30 pips away, bottom, whether you create a pullback wick or not, most of the time you'll drive. I do that when there's a chance, when the market has a lot of volume and there's a chance that the pullback doesn't happen. So I risk the fact that I'll sit in drawdown, understanding that whether it's drawdown or drive now, eventually we have to get to a level. And typically you want the candle before it to already have that wick made, right? You want a really strong wick for a previous candle where you're not too concerned, right? You'd want like a 30 with a strong bottom wick if you're driving up, where you're not too concerned about the current 15 because the previous 15 already made it, right? And the 30 already has one, something like that. This is interesting. Continue to drive. There's a strong level here, 2045 4, about 3 pips higher above where we are. So I mean, if it comes up, I'm still gonna look for a price to come back down here, grab orders and drive up. $30 closes in 2 minutes. This is going to be the first 30-minute closure above the range here. Good. Remember, we wanted it above here initially, and then we wanted a bottom wick to the previous support. I'll head out. Oh, have a good night, man. Yeah, hope you had a great February and hope you have a good March. I mean, I'll stop by your stream. Thank you for coming through. Always love. Do you reckon if you place a 60 lot, you can make the candle move, pip close above the range? No, I don't reckon, but you can get wrecked. Is it easier to trade during agent session? Just trading's trading. Yeah, appreciate you, Nick. Yeah, 15's got a nice bottom wick, right? The 30 could just push here, right? Because it created a bottom wick, but it's going to close bearish. If it closed bullish and there was, this level wasn't here, right? If it was just straight candle down here, straight candle up, I'm probably looking at off the rip buy to 2046.5 at the very least. But I see rejections right here. Right, I see a level across, and I see these wicks rejecting. So if this was just a clean level down, clean level up, then I'm looking at this. We're probably in off the rip here because the previous 15's got that nice bottom wick. The 30, as I was just explaining, is still open Right, the 30 just closed really bullish above the range, and the 1 hour is still open, right? Still pushing. So just the fact that it had enough momentum to close bearish, and the first thing it did is break the highs. If it flips, it's going to fill the wick down. I don't want to risk that, right? The whole point is to have a really high probability, right? Just because you don't take something doesn't mean it's not going to play out. It just means you know, for us, in our case, at least, it means there's less probability of us getting what we want. Getting the buys? No, I don't want to be part of a top wick. If it, I mean, it continues to drive. It continues to drive. I won't be part of it. I don't want to be part of the top wick. It happens quite often, but, that I'm not part of a drive. But you guys are more than welcome to be in it. Me personally, I'm not in here. And you can see, right, the 4 hour closed below here, below our level. The next 4 hour, you had a bearish closure below. The next 4 hour closed bullish, but still below it. I don't want to be the the top wick for a drive down here. So I want to be sure. And if I want to be sure, that means I want price to come back down here at some point, and then come on. If it just continues to drive up, it'll have to pull back at some point to give us an entry. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll wait to New York. Do you think all the hard work will pay off? I mean, it should be paying dividends already. I don't know what hard work you're talking about. Massive 3-pip push here. Yeah, you see, like, there, you don't really need to wait. This is an off the rip entry. You just need it for, in our case, we just needed this to be bullish. But there's plenty of times where this closes bullish, and you're like, all right, off the rip, we got our bottom wick. Because it's not really right having a bottom wick on this candle. It's just about the way that price moves. What levels did it tap? Holy smokes! Holy Batman signals. You wild. Nah, you wild. Yeah, Eddie did arms today. Took another buy at 2024. How? Probably mean 2042. And even then, how? Like, hey guys, I took another buy at 8 a.m. earlier this morning. Just took another buy earlier this morning. Yeah, Nick's down 8. It was just in Sunny Isles. How far away are you from there? Not too far, like 20 minutes. Where were you? By the Porsche Tower? Aquilina? Where did you go? I always see in your history by the beach. Yeah, I don't go by the beach over there because that's a different type of beach. There's no vibe there. It's just, right? And I'm a fucking vibe. I need there to be a vibe as well. Like, we got a match. By the marina on Ocean Boulevard near Nude Beach. Oh, awesome. 500 people on here just found out where you are. So you're past Sunny Isles. You're like at the other end of it. You're I used to keep my jet ski at that marina a long time ago, like 7-8 years ago. But you're by the inlet. That's where the sandbar is. Like that's where people go out on the boat, go to the sandbar. Where's the jet ski now? Just curious. You guys wouldn't believe me if I told you. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you. I think this is like a few days ago. We brought this up, right? And I said I'm gonna tell you the story some other time. It's just like I'll tell you the story another time. It's a long story. Hall or Ball Harbor. We got time. He crashed it? No. Sorta. But no. We got an hour? It's 9:40. I ain't got that time. We got 20 minutes. The way market driving, not giving us an entry. I don't know. I don't know, man. Really thought we were gonna come down and grab that bottom wick. And we might still do that, right? Like, because right, we have this area here, so it's right. We have a level here, so there's a chance, right? We come up to here. Oh, whoops. there's still a chance we come up to here, we can break this high, or we can hold it, right? And do this, and then come back, tap this area again, right? And by the time this happens, you'll have pre-London coming up, right? Right, and this is probably when you'll get the entry that we're looking for. Or I'll get the entry that I'm looking for. I mean, there was no candle entries for me anywhere here. Traded that jump for the neon sign. I know value when I see it. Quit playing with him, Stang. You give us an entry with that story? I don't have an entry right now. How's it almost 10? Rewind the clock. Close your buys here. See, you didn't need me. You took your own buys. Beautiful. Close my buys here because I think it will make a bottom wick now. But what if it doesn't and continues driving up? I ain't gonna sit here talking about, oh, why did you close? You could have had more. Meanwhile, these are over here. Why didn't you open it? No. That's crazy. Curry just missed 2 in a row. That never happens. Defense. Defense. Stankabood. Oh, pick this pocket, boy. Oh, man. You better dunk that shit. Oh, that was a good move. Wow. Kuminga's nice. New monthly candle doesn't have a bottom wick. I mean, it also has the next 30 days to make one. It just started. Higher time frames tell me it needs to go lower. Lower time frames tell me it's coming back up. How do you decide which time frame to trust? Mark up your ranges on the higher time frame. Get your entries on the lower time frame. And try to, if you're not sure based on what you're telling me, then like it's experience. Like you're gonna see nuances in the charts, but at this point I would say just wait for your time frames to line up. Just wait. From what you're telling me, it's just market's not ready for your position. Wait for them to line up and then it'll be ready. right? It needs to go lower, it needs to go higher. But if you're torn between, like, in your analysis, right, you're not convinced, don't enter. Wait. Like, not every setup, not every time market's moving is a setup where you got to be looking, oh, like, this could have been an entry, this is no, wait. Don't hunt for a market to give you something, right? Like, wait for it to give you what you need. Hunt only for your, right, for your prey. Like if you don't have an edge here, just don't hunt. You're not obligated to. It's just from looking at the charts. People get sucked into a position just by staring at the charts for so long. Right? Don't be a sucker. Get your position. If you don't, you just don't take anything. Right? You're telling me like you're seeing one thing one way, seeing another thing the other way. Wait till you see them everything in one way. Yeah, if this is the 4-hour top wick and we flip bearish here, man, this shit's gonna come down. 2040 area, next support 2040. We'll see. Prediction was right. Yeah, you were right. Like, wait for your edge. Wait till you see your prey, right, running across the field. Like, do lions hunt elephants? They don't, right? I don't think that's their prey, right? There's a reason for that. Or maybe they do. Hold on, chat. Depends how hungry they are. No, I mean, like, they stick to their prey. They like in the wild, right? In nature, like, you stick to the prey that you can get. That's where your edge is. Stay away from the gas station sushi. It's wild. Yo, how are the Knicks down 8 with a minute to go and fucking holding the clock? Fucking layup clowns. Yeah, Knicks lost this one at home. I don't even know how that's legal. Like, there's like, no, that's raw fish. And you don't have that in a gas station. Delivered fresh weekly. Y'all just got this in? Yeah, we had a truck last Wednesday. Oh, that looks good. That IHOP commercial looks good. I'm not allowed in IHOP. Oh, that's it. Game over. Scrubs. That's what I get for being a Knicks fan. Girlfriend begging you for sushi for days? Well, then you must not really like her much, right? Why she gotta beg you for days, dog? How cruel are you? I think after like an hour and a half, I'm over it. You need to fucking manage your life right now. Forget the sushi question. She into the expensive sushi? Well, I think at this point, it's not that you can't afford the sushi. I think you can't afford the girlfriend. Caviar and all that, bruh. I had some fucking microwaved White Castle an hour ago. You talking about caviar? Bro. Act your age. And it's not a knock on you. It's just like it makes life much easier when you act your wage. Caviar, a whole 4-hour candle. Just cash 10 pips, will pay for sushi. True. Truest thing said today. I think what we are expecting is coming. It just needs more time to set up like everything we've drawn up. And I was coming back for that. I think like from the way we're printing, we're headed that way, right? Because this is just a 30, so the hourly is printing with a top wick here, right? You still have a resistance here. It's taking some time to set up. I think by London you'll have a lot more data to make a better decision. It's just the market's not there yet. Yeah, there's an early closure here in 3 minutes. Excuse me, John. Hourly got about a close for me too. What a coincidence. I know. Imagine some people are getting a 30 close. Fucking losers. Level up, y'all. Hourly close and above. Okay, 10 seconds here for this hourly to close. Yeah, I want a bottom wick here. It's a 20.44.4. If the drive is to be now. If not, I mean, I'll wait here for a 15. We held the support too, right? The 15 close bearish held the support. Let's come down here. Oh, that's crazy. CIA. Wow. Prayers go out to you, man. Gotta have a positive attitude regardless. Everything's a blessing, bad and good. Take the bad with the good. It's gonna make you a better person, stronger person. Yeah, if it starts filling the wick up now, if it breaks that previous candle high, the previous hourly high, without making a bottom wick here, I'm probably gonna call it a stream. I think at some point it'll have to come back down here and grab some more orders, retest the lows to continue up. Just told you all because I have no one else to tell. I feel that. I feel that. It's weird, right? How sometimes, like, in life, like, your closest people, your closest surroundings, people that are surrounding you in actual real life are not the people that you want to share your issues with, but then, like, people you don't even know will hear you out, and they have nothing to do with you, just because life is strange like that. But then it's good. That means you found your community, your home, right? Now you just got to surround yourself in real life with like-minded people, not just here. Taking these buys? No. Okay, all right. So we never broke that previous high. Can we come down and tap 44? What you doing here? In life, we only get to do so much, so make sure you do something great. Word. Go out and do something great. Don't be a fucking island boy. Go do some great shit. Go have an epic story to tell. Drop the like. Yes, up to the channel. And if you're dipping, drop a like if you enjoyed today's stream. I know there's no positions. It's been quiet. Like this first half of the year. How many trades we have so far into the year? First 2 months we have 14, 5, 19, 6. We have 25 trades. And I guess that makes sense because, you know, our 60 days, 25 trades, like roughly half, like probably a trade every other day on average. It's a new insult. You're such an island boy. I didn't call you. I just said, don't be an island boy. Go out and be epic. You know how to feel? You have to be positive because people around you will remind you of all the negative things. You tell them you have cancer and they're like, oh, I'm sorry about this and that. Nah, you be positive. You got to be more positive than them, right? You got to be because what happens is people tend to think that others need to hold them up, right? And in my experience, it's the ones that hold up the others that tend to do better. If you have a better attitude than everyone else that comes to see you or that comes to feel bad for you, and if you just show that you have a better attitude, it just puts out an energy into the world that does wonders, right? And it's reciprocal. It'll come back to you just the same. So don't wait to people to lift you up. Be the light, right? Don't look for the light. Be the light. So people feel bad? No, make them feel great. Instead of them trying to make you feel better, make them feel great. It's not even like self-pity, but it's just human nature. People tend to, not to look for pity, but to pity somebody that's like had bad news or something. But that's not where your health lies in. Your health lies in a positive attitude, right? Your health, the way for you to benefit yourself is through positivity and through a focus of positivity, right? You have to be focused on the fact that everything's positive. Uh-oh. I hear my kids fighting. Hold on, chat. GJ, no. Yeah, chat. This 15 broke the previous highs. Looking like it's holding support so far. You got 3 minutes to close here. Might close bullish. Right, at which point you'd still need a bottom. Well, you'd still need price. I'd still need price to come back down here. Right? I need price to come back and tap 44, 45 areas. If it doesn't do that and continues up, I mean, I'll reevaluate in the next session. But overall, I would like to see price come back down, grab some orders before taking a buy. And honestly, I might look at price for the next hour or two, just every like 30 minutes, but just to see if we're able to do that. But I'm gonna call it a session here. It's not pushing up without a bottom wick. It just rejected here off of support. And it's coming up, and eventually it'll come back, retest the support to continue to drive up. If it doesn't, we'll reevaluate after it comes up to the next resistance. Always watch it during Asian. Never took a trade. What, GJ? Happens. All right, gang. I'm gonna go put my kids to bed because they woke up. They were arguing. And kind of disappointed they were arguing. But such is life. Such is the life of a parent. All right, gang. Let's call it a session. I'll see you guys. Private gang, I'll be back this Sunday. I wasn't there last Sunday, so we're going to make it out. We're going to be here on this Sunday for sure. I just had stuff to do. So I think it was the first private stream we missed all year. The only private stream we missed all year. So Sunday, gang, I'll see you for the private session at Wix's table at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. I'll be on tomorrow for the morning stream, for the morning session. So I'll see everybody there. And if I don't see you and you're not in the private group, then I'll see you guys same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube. As for me, my time is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, Eddie. Good night, Zoom. Love and wisdom to you all, chat. Good night, everybody. Oh, thank you, mods, as always. Thank you. Appreciate you.